Hi food lovers, welcome to Cook's Travel. We are traveling to Bendigo today. It's one of the very special city of Victoria in Australia. We are gonna see around. If we can have a chance to try some food, we are gonna do it because of the coronavirus issues. Unfortunately, some places still closed. So here we go. Let's see and start the trip. We are now in Bendigo and in front of the tourist information desk. Now we are gonna walk in and get some information about Bendigo, and we'll start walking and seeing special and beautiful places in Bendigo. It's a pretty big one. Old post office building. Now it's a visitor center. There's a big gift shop. There are books. There are some gifts, some local food, drinks, alcohols, and more. But there is a gallery here. Usually locally made, marginal and contemporary arts being presented here. It's very cool. Not too small. It's a pretty good place. And local drinks, non-alcoholic drinks. Some food. It's on sale here. You can straight buy from the reception. Many kind of things here from the Bendigo. I want to talk about the Bendigo history a little bit. Bendigo is very special for Victoria and Australia. It's pretty old city compared with Australian history. Goes back to the early 1800s. First white settlements came here in 1830s. This is what I heard about it, for the cattle station and grazing the animals, because this field was very flat and very suitable for farming and animal farming especially. But somehow when they just started with the Queen Victorian time booming town, like for the gold fields, when they just check it out, the rivers around here, alluvial gold's been found from the rivers. As soon as this been heard from the people and investors, this city became 40,000 people in 1 year. So many people come from the China, and this family still live in Bendigo, in this big greater Bendigo area. As soon as they started digging more, alluvial gold's finished in the rivers, and they started making big mining, gold minings. Gold brings a lot of money to the Bendigo and Victoria. Took a long time to finish it, until those days to now, about 750 tons of gold is being harvested from Bendigo, and this is obviously pumped the economy of Australia. Bendigo is a very old city, and it's got architecture still keeping from the early 1900s. Pretty quiet. Because of the COVID-19, it's getting quieter now. Not many people around. It's beautiful gardens. Even the old pubs, restaurants still empty. Architecture from 1900s well looked after. The libraries, great sculptures from the mining times, back in time. Even it's got Bendigo TAFE and Latrobe University around here. There's a clock tower in the main street, right next to Visitor Centre. Bendigo Town Hall conservation project is going. There's a tram service, but it's not on now. There is a Debera gold mining facility for the visitors, but at the moment it's closed because of COVID-19. Used to be one of the deepest gold in Australia. As you see, the architecture is great. The street is pretty large, very livable city, and hospitality. The restaurant is at the moment closed, but there are very big number of the multicultural restaurants around, especially the Asians. You can find many kind of Chinese shops, Japanese takeaway shops, and I've seen some Indians, Vietnamese, even Turkish and Greek restaurants in the city. We are in one of the Buddhist temple in Bendigo now. It's a pretty big one, looked after very well. You can find any kind of Asian impact in Bendigo too. It's pretty big, pretty nice looked after temple. There's a nice big pool here, big full of fish. And there is some kind of colors I've seen in my Korea trip in Seoul. Little information board. And we are back to, this is the law codes of Bendigo. It's pretty quiet, okay. Very old buildings from the 1900s. Early 1900s. Usually it's busy, but not this time. There are a few restaurants, nice coffee shops, small bars from right and left, but unfortunately there's no one except me because of this coronavirus. I'm walking all the way and going to the gallery of Bendigo. This is the art gallery of Bendigo. This is one of the places you should visit. It's a very good place. It's a very large. There are very good pictures, very special wax sculpture. This is the Sunhurst picture made one of the very great artists that called Bendigo used to call Sunhurst, but the locals didn't like that name and keep continuous calling the place Bendigo, so the Bendigo is the name of the city at the moment. I'm happy to be here at the moment because there's a very special art here. This is the wax sculpture between animal to human. Very classy, looks very, very realistic. So if you come to Bendigo, you better visit this art that's very special. This sculpture is going to be unforgettable for you. It's a female sculpture with its babies. Female, looks like between dog, human, pig. The pictures is just great. Some of them from local people. Excellent works. Great sculptures outside of the place. Some of the important people used to be in Bendigo. They kept the sculpture of those ones too. This is the Sacred Heart Cathedral. It is one of the biggest cathedrals in Australia. And it's not that very old, it's over 30 years old, and it looks up very well, very big field, so high, can maybe keep up to over 1,000 people inside of it. I couldn't walk in because it's closed, and we are a few people in the land at the moment, visiting it from the outside. Amazing place. When they built it, they get some idea of thing from the old days. The architecture is coming from, I think, it's 1700 to 1800s. What a massive job they've done. We had a very good day in Bendigo. We are back to the Wallen now in my garden. I'm gonna show you what we had there. It's a pumpkin soup. I'm gonna make it the same one here, so you'll have an idea how to make it. I really like the Bendigo. It's a pretty big. Because of coronavirus, not many people were around and the shops were closed mostly. I hope those days are gonna be over and we'll have very fun days in those type of cities. Thank you very much, guys, for watching. I'm going back to my kitchen now, prepare all ingredients, and coming back to my garden and start cooking. Thank you. Lovers, we are back to table. We've done with the cooking process. Now we are gonna test it. But before test, I'm gonna explain you how to make this soup. This is my way. It's full of nutrition. I would like to go with the ingredients first. Main ingredient is a pumpkin. And after that, most important one is a potato, sweet potato and normal potato, your choice. Leek, onion, garlic and carrot. They are very important. Just like cut it and put it inside and focus on your herbs, which are cumin, coriander seeds. You got turmeric, that's really good, works out very well. Additionally, I got rosemary and a little bit oregano leaves. We need chicken stock, salt, pepper and very fresh thick cream. We are gonna add it very last. We are heating the pot, adding olive oil in. Put generous amount of the olive oil because these ingredients absorb olive oil quickly and they start burn. So olive oil goes in and all ingredients, pumpkin, carrots, potatoes, leek, onions goes in. Fresh garlic, you better crush it when you are sending into the pot because garlic loses taste and smell very quickly. It takes like at least like 5 to 7 minutes to cooking time. All ingredients get usually softened. Start stir ingredients non-stop for next like 1 minute or 2 minutes and combine all ingredients together. As soon as they start changing the color, keep watch all of them before burn. You need to drop the heat lower. As soon as all ingredients ready, we're gonna add chicken stock and then all the spices go one by one. We are adding the chicken stock and additional little bit of water to balance liquid level. Because usually only chicken stock very strong because I make my chicken stock at home, so I know the taste is very strong. All main ingredients went in. Now I'm gonna give some taste with my choice of herbs and spices. Salt, pepper, turmeric, nutmeg, rosemary and oregano dry leaves. Plus we usually put coriander and cumin seeds. They'll give exceptional taste. And salt usually used for Himalayan salt, that's really affects the taste too. This soup is gonna be like kind of like sweet soup, but we don't put sugar. The sweetness comes from the ingredients originally. Keep stirring it and put lid on, bring it up to the boil, drop to the simmer, keep the soup in simmer method for next 20 minutes. Now soup is ready. We need to blend it, or if you have a food processor, you probably just wait until it's cooled down because when it's too hot, there's so many energy in that and spills everywhere. So I usually use my grinder. So grinder helps me out to control soup when it's grinding. We grind it, it looks good, but again I have to add cream. Cream is very important in the pumpkin soup. Most likely cream usually go with the pumpkin soup great. This type of a vegetarian soup you can keep up to 3 days in your fridge. If your soup is too thick, you might just add a little bit of water before you warm it up again. Excellent vegetarian soup. Try it and comment below. Please don't forget to subscribe us. Thank you very much.